Well, here's something I've needed for a while. 9 brain exercises to strengthen your mind. Like you can do mind push-ups. Who would have thought that special gymnastics involving your fingers could improve your memory, sharpen your attention and focus, and boost your brain health? These gymnastics for the brain were developed by Yoshiro Tsutsumi, a Japanese researcher and author of the book Finger Self-Massage Yoshiro Tsutsumi, starting from scratch. The set of simple exercises described in this work focuses on improving general well-being and supporting brain health. If you repeat this short finger workout on a daily basis, the stimulation traveling from your fingers directly to your brain will help to rejuvenate your body and make your brain more efficient. Each fingertip has more than 3,000 mechanoreceptors, which act as a highway to your brain, particularly its sensory cortex. When you do a finger workout, you improve synapse connections and fire neurons, which is great for the functioning of your brain. As with any proper workout, this set also has some warm-up exercises. Exercise number 1. Inhale deeply through your nose. Bend your elbows and lift your fingers to eye level. Your palms should be facing each other, and your fingers should touch. Breathe out through your mouth and lower your right hand a bit. At the same time, you should bend the fingers of your left hand and use them to cover the fingertips of your right hand. It should look like you're trying to catch a hand that's sliding down. Now breathe through your nose and straighten the fingers on your left hand. Simultaneously, move the palm of your right hand up and cover the fingertips on your left hand with the bent fingers of your right hand. Repeat this exercise 15 times. Your breathing should be a bit faster than usual. The most important thing is to do the exercise smoothly and not to hurry. Try not to lower your hands and coordinate your movements and breathing. Exercise number 2. Hold your hands in front of your chest. Your palms should be facing each other and touching. Your wrists should be pressed together as well. There shouldn't be any strain, and you should feel comfortable. Breathe in and out several times as you normally do. This will allow you to concentrate before the upcoming rapid movements. While staying in the same position, quickly separate your right and left wrists. Simultaneously, spread your fingers wide. Only the tips of your fingers should be touching. After that, bring your palms back together and take a quick breath through your mouth. Your fingers should still be splayed out. Separate your palms again in such a way that only your fingertips touch, and breathe out at the same time. While pressing your fingertips together, turn your wrists so that your middle fingers are directed at your chest. Repeat the same movements in this position. Repeat each movement at least 10 times. Your breathing should be rhythmical, and your fingers should be spread as much as possible. Exercise number 3. While breathing in and out rhythmically as you do in your everyday life, lift your arms, bent at the elbows, to your mouth. Your palms should be facing you, and your pinky fingers should be touching. Exhale completely and don't breathe for a couple of seconds. After that, inhale through your nose while bending all your fingers one by one. Start with the thumb on your right hand and finish with the thumb on your left hand. After you've bent all your fingers, exhale through your mouth and straighten all your fingers one by one. This time, start with the thumb on the left hand. Repeat these movements at least 10 times. Make sure you bend and straighten each finger thoroughly and completely. Exercise number 4. For this exercise, you'll need 4 walnuts. I'll wait, go get the walnuts. Alright. You can replace walnuts with any other nuts big enough to assist you. Haha, like me. Take a walnut and start to roll it around your left palm while pressing on it with your right palm. You need to press on the walnut in such a manner that this movement takes some effort. Keep doing this exercise for at least 1 minute. Turn your left hand and start to roll the nut around the back of this hand. You should still use your right palm to press on the walnut. Repeat this for up to 1 minute. Now take 2 walnuts in each hand and start to roll them by using circular motions. You should move the walnuts in your right hand clockwise and the ones in your left hand counterclockwise. Try to do this for at least 1 minute. These are the most popular exercises with nuts. They're nutty exercises. Rolling motions calm down nervous tension, reduce anxiety, and relieve feelings of dissatisfaction. Most importantly, they prevent the aging of your brain and promote longevity. When the brain ages, your memory, attention span, and concentration weaken. Luckily, this finger workout can help you deal with this problem. The following exercises will help you improve your memory. Exercise number 5. First of all, tightly press together the fingertips of your thumb and index finger on your right hand. You should slightly curve the uppermost part of your index finger. Repeat the same movement for your thumb and middle finger, your ring finger, and your pinky one by one. Repeat this exercise 20 times for each hand. Exercise number 6. With the fingertip of the thumb on your right hand, press down on the bottom of your right index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky in turn. You should apply effort to do this exercise. After you repeat this motion 20 times, do the same for your left hand. Exercise number 7. This exercise will boost your attention and concentration. Hold your left hand in a loose fist. The fingers on your right hand should be straight and gathered together. Bring the tips of the fingers on your right hand toward the bottom of the pinky on your left hand. After that, switch your hands. Your right hand should be in a fist, and the fingertips of your left hand should be touching the bottom of your right hand pinky. Repeat these movements for each hand in turn, as quickly and precisely as you can. Do at least 10 repetitions for each hand. Remember to breathe out through your mouth every time you switch hands. As you've probably understood, your brain is tightly connected to your hands. Since most people have one dominant hand, the brain hemisphere connected to this hand is more developed than the other one. Thus, lefties have a more active right hemisphere, and right-handed people enjoy a more developed left hemisphere. To activate both hemispheres, you can try the following exercises. Exercise number 8. Try to perform everyday activities like brushing your teeth, eating, opening doors, or writing with the help of your non-dominant hand. This can develop new connections between the two hemispheres of your brain and encourage the activity of the less vigorous hemisphere. Exercise 9. Start to write by hand more. This activity provides perfect brain stimulation and improves neuroplasticity. Specialists recommend this method to patients who suffer from memory issues or dementia. Thus, by keeping, let's say, a diary, you'll improve your memory and brain function, and will note down important moments of your life.
What's wrong, bub? Too much scrolling your social media feed, inactivity, poor diet, inadequate sleep? All that and many other things can make you feel like you're not using your full potential anymore. Yep, your mind is turning into mush. The good news is, you can go back to the old you and sharpen your brain with these simple techniques. First, build your vocabulary. It'll help you sound smarter when talking to your friends. And it's also a great way to stimulate your brain. It activates some of the areas when you challenge it with some quick vocab lessons and tasks, especially in regions in charge of auditory and visual processing. Carry a small notebook with you so you can write down a new word every time you read it, Watch videos or after a conversation with someone. Look up its definition and use it 5 times the next day. Now, Zumba, salsa, jazz dance, hip-hop, bachata. Dance your heart out as often as possible. Enroll in dance classes or watch an online video with some dance moves you've always thought looked cool when others were doing it. When you learn new dance moves, you boost your memorizing skills and processing speed. Plus, you'll have fun. Horse riding, speed reading, basic car repairs, gardening, photography. Learning any new skill can challenge your brain. How about a new language? Studies show people who speak multiple languages have higher levels of creativity and better visual spatial skills. When you're fluent in more than one lingo, you can also switch between tasks more easily. There are free courses and apps that take 10 to 15 minutes of your time a day that can help you master basically anything. While you're on it, the connections in your brain become stronger, and individual brain cells communicate better. It also boosts memory function. Now, once you've learned to do something, take it to the next level and see if you can teach that skill to your family member or friend. That's a pretty cool way to practice. Plus, they can teach you something new as well. Drums, guitar, piano. Learning to play an instrument is another perfect brain booster for any age group. Listening to music also helps there. When you need some innovative solutions, put on some happy, feel-good tunes to generate them and help your brain come up with creative ideas. There's a creative technique that can help you remember lists and recall information called a mnemonic device. Try this one. My very energetic mother jumps skateboards under Nana's patio. Does it ring a bell? With this phrase, you could easily memorize planets of our solar system when we still thought Pluto was a planet. Each of these words starts with a letter that's also the first letter of the corresponding planet. Have fun assembling a 1,000-piece image of some animal or the Empire State Building. Jigsaw puzzles are a great way to relax and challenge and strengthen your mind. Try using all your senses in everyday life. Visit a farmer's market, travel, garden, bake a batch of cookies. Take notes at a meeting, go to a new restaurant. Whatever you do, focus on touching, tasting, smelling, hearing, and seeing things all at the same time. The more senses you use when you're experiencing something, even when it's something you do every day, the more brain power will involve in keeping that memory. Don't get stuck in a routine when you're doing your daily tasks. Remind yourself to try a new route and new ways to do ordinary stuff. We don't remember how many plates are in the kitchen cabinet or how many steps you take when walking downstairs because we do most of our daily chores automatically. So, take a shower, go from one room to another, or do other regular stuff with your eyes closed. Touch things around you because that sends signals to your brain about things that surround you. You can shuffle your daily schedule so you can become more aware of your routine. Try doing new things you do in the morning, taking a new jogging route, getting dressed before eating your breakfast and not after it. Watch an episode of your favorite sitcom instead of the morning news. Try out a new route when you're outside to get to work or from point A to point B. Don't use any maps apps. Let your brain build the route for you. Test yourself and draw a map of the place you live at just using your memory. You might feel like you can guess the streets and navigate your neighborhood even with your eyes closed, but try to challenge your brain and remember as many details as possible. Local landmarks, supermarkets, major side streets, parks, even benches. Don't miss a thing. Once you're done, compare your drawing to a real map. If this was too easy, try drawing a map of Europe or the United States, where you label all states and countries. Keep moving up the difficulty scale until you find a task that's challenging enough for you. Focus on a person you're communicating with. Enjoy stimulating conversation without reaching for your phone or scrolling through your social media feed. When you engage in an interesting conversation, you think on your feet and stimulate your brain to exercise quick thinking and learn new things. Go offline, socialize, and hang out with people you care about as much as possible. Try to pay attention to every detail. What's the color of their clothes? Those glasses have a really cool shape. Did your friend get a new haircut? All this helps you make a mental note and practice being present and observing your surroundings. Here's a cool exercise that will boost your brain activity. Try using your non-dominant hand. If you're right-handed, use your left hand while eating lunch, cleaning, picking things up, or when you're writing something down. It may be hard, but the most effective brain exercises are not necessarily easy. Now, give your brain a break. Sure, it's cool to exercise and sharpen your brain, but you can't be on all the time and observe whatever's happening around you. For example, meditation is a great way to calm your body, reduce stress, and slow your breathing. 5, 10, 15 minutes, choose how much time you can meditate. Find a technique that works for you and relaxes you, and stick to it every day. Feed your brain with foods that will deliver fats, vitamins, and nutrients it needs. Walnuts, blueberries, eggs, coconut oil, avocado. It all makes your brain more powerful and ready to face the daily challenges. Experiment with new foods. Don't always order the same dish every time you eat out. When you try something new, your brain realizes it's something different and sends signals to your nose to activate the receptors. The odor you haven't experienced before will give your brain completely new feelings and sensations. Not only restaurants, refresh your menu at home too, with new ingredients and recipes. Repeat the things you want to remember. When meeting someone, you shake their hand, introduce yourself, ask their name, and then forget what they said before you even manage to say, "Nice to meet you." Well, humans are naturally good when it comes to recognizing faces because that's a set of information our brain processes very quickly. Names don't tell us that much about someone. So, without context, it's harder for us to remember them. Most people don't particularly care to remember someone's name right at the moment when they're meeting them, especially if there's a large group of people. A lot of us don't even listen, right? If you want to change that, say the person's name out loud after you hear it. Repeat all the things you just thought, read, or heard out loud. It will strengthen your memory. Read aloud. You won't always make it because with technology and using your phone every few minutes, it's hard to focus on something. But try it, because when reading aloud, you use different parts of your brain simultaneously. Now give it some space. Don't repeat things you really want to learn 100 times in the shortest period possible. Go back to those things through longer periods of time, once every few hours, every day. That's how you master complicated information and skills. No matter which ways you use to increase your brain activity, it won't be that effective if you don't take care of the rest of your body too. When you exercise and pay attention to what you eat, you'll feel better, fresh, and more ready to learn things. Plus, you'll actually protect your brain from things like shrinkage, which comes along as we age. The hippocampus is the brain's memory center that gets smaller with years. Research showed that when you exercise, especially when it includes aerobic workouts like walking for at least 40 minutes per week, your hippocampus gets bigger by approximately 2% instead of shrinking. Training improves your blood flow to the brain, delivers oxygen and nutrients. So, go for a walk or hit the gym, ride a bike, swim, do cardio exercises, something with weights, climb buildings like Spider-Man, dance. No matter what you choose, keep your body active, and your brain will definitely thank you.
Wow! Here's a simple exercise that will reboot your brain in 30 seconds. So it's Monday, and you're already exhausted. An out-of-whack pituitary gland, which releases necessary hormones to your body, may be to blame. Believe it or not, you can give your pituitary gland and brain a reboot just by pressing your thumb. Don't believe me? Just watch. So, what if you've been feeling tired or fatigued lately and don't know why? Perhaps it's time to give your brain a reboot. You can give yourself this sort of an energy jolt right at home just by using your fingers. Seriously. Try this pressure point exercise and see if you feel any different. Here's how you do it. Take the thumb of one hand and stick it up like you're giving a thumbs up. With the thumb and index finger of your other hand, squeeze the tip of the aforementioned thumb over and over again. Do the squeezing in an on and off motion for about 20 seconds. Feel anything? If you feel your nasal passages opening up a bit, you're hitting the pituitary gland, which is located right above your sinuses. You may feel your nose clearing and be able to breathe a bit clearer. Haha, feels good, doesn't it? Okay, now try the same squeezing motion on the sides of the same thumb or either side of the nail. Hold this squeeze for 30 to 60 seconds without letting go. While you may be feeling differences in your nasal passages, you may also experience a slight surge of energy or even clarity of mind. If you don't feel anything at all while trying this pressure point exercise, don't feel discouraged. This is normal too. Try the squeezing motion again later on or the next day. After doing this a few times, your body will get the signal and you'll feel a difference. In addition to feeling fatigued or foggy in the head, everyday life can also leave you feeling understimulated and bored. If you're craving a jolt of energy or the feeling of being high, you don't need to turn to alcohol or dangerous narcotics. You can get feelings of happiness and euphoria using pressure point practices. First of all, do you know the scientific reason behind the feeling of being high? If you've ever taken medicine, you may have felt foggy, drowsy, or even high. This is because the medicine was reacting with your brain's neurotransmitter receptors. What the heck are those? Well, neurotransmitter receptors sense any chemicals you put into your body, like medicine, and they tell your body what to feel. But instead of turning to meds or recreational drugs, you can make your brain tell your body to have feelings of euphoria and happiness, thanks to reflexology. Here's a great exercise to help put you in a happier mood. This one uses the thumb's pressure point as well, because the tip of the thumb is connected with the brain and head. Take the middle finger, ring finger, and pinky of one hand and tuck them into your palm, leaving your thumb and pointer finger extended, similar to a hand motion of a pointed gun. Hey, don't shoot! Hey, along with that, if you can pull your arm out of its socket and hand it to someone, now you're disarmed. Okay. Anyways, take your thumb and sit it right down on the top part of your folded middle finger. It should look like you're pointing at someone. Now take the thumbnail of the opposite hand and place it right onto the nail of the thumb you're currently pressing down. Nail to nail. Quickly rub the nails together to stimulate them. After doing that for a few seconds, push them together firmly for 20 seconds. After that, you should start to feel a bit of pressure behind your eyes as well as a relaxed sense of euphoria. This feeling is your brain winding down. Don't feel anything? Keep doing this for another 20 to 60 seconds. Feel anything now? Congrats! You've successfully psychoactivated your brain. Pretty awesome, right? Okay, so you've given your brain a reboot, but how does this work? By working the pressure points on your thumbs, you're activating your pituitary gland. This gland is located in your head right behind your sinuses. The pituitary gland is incredibly small, about 0.03 of an ounce. That's about as big as a kidney bean. But don't let that teeny tiny size fool you. The pituitary gland controls a lot of things in your body. This gland releases most of the hormones in your body, which is why it's often referred to as the master gland. Hormones tell your body how to function. Without them, your body wouldn't know what to do. They tell certain organs how to work. They dictate how things like your hair should grow, and much, much more. Impressive. Since your pituitary gland releases hormones that control many of your organ functions, if there's anything dysfunctional about it, things can really go awry, particularly when it comes to glands like the thyroid. Your thyroid gland secretes hormones that regulate body processes, your metabolic rate, digestive function, muscle control, brain development, and even your mood, to name a few. If your thyroid gland doesn't work the way it's supposed to, you can feel fatigued, lethargic, and can gain weight. Of course, this all depends on the individual, their genetic makeup, and the world around them. Curious about other pressure points you can find in your hands? I don't blame you. In addition to the tips of your thumbs, there are pressure points in the tips of all of your fingers. On both hands, the pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky are all connected to the brain, head, and sinuses. The lower halves of the ring and pinky fingers are pressure points for your ears. The lower halves of the pointer and middle fingers are connected to your eyes. Who would have thought your hands were so powerful? Next time you're sitting at your desk, trying to get out of the infamous 4 p.m. brain haze, try activating these pressure points to see if you can feel your brain getting a serious reboot. Using reflexology is a great natural alternative to drugs, and it's super easy to do. But the best part? It's totally free. While activating pressure points on your hands is fairly easy, it's important to be in tune with your body and not do anything you're uncomfortable with or that causes you pain. If while doing any of the exercises mentioned in this video you felt pain of any kind, stop doing them immediately. If you're simply more comfortable having someone else activate these pressure points for you, pay a visit to a certified reflexologist. They'll do the work for you. 4 exercises to test how fast your brain is. Regular exercise helps you stay in good shape and push back the appearance of changes associated with old age. This fact applies to all the organs in your body, including your brain. That's why today we're going to tell you about 4 simple exercises that can help preserve your memory. Also, you have a unique chance to check how fast your brain is. Let's begin. Exercise number 1. Multicolored text. We're going to show you words written in different colors. Proceed to say aloud the name of the color in which each of the words on the list is written. Ready? Go. I guess it isn't that easy to do that it might seem. Now, let's name each color again in reverse order. Ready? Go. Did you manage to do it? Expect the going to be difficult at first, since the sections responsible for text perception and color perception are located in different hemispheres of the brain. Why is this exercise beneficial to your brain? It helps to prevent Alzheimer's disease by establishing new connections between the hemispheres and improves concentration and attention switching abilities. Exercise 2. Schulte table. Here's a simple table. Focus on the number 19 in the center of the square. Your goal is to find the number 1 and then all the remaining numbers in ascending order, fixing your gaze on each in turn. Let's give it a try. I'll give you 30 seconds for a start. How you doing there? Did you manage to find the remaining numbers? Keep going on. Only 10 seconds left. Well done. This exercise increases the reception and processing of information speed, and develops peripheral vision. Later on, you can draw your own table. Don't forget to arrange the numbers in the cells randomly. Alternatively, you can search for Schulte tables on the internet. Exercise number 3. Finger gestures. Arrange the fingers of the right hand so as to make the peace sign while simultaneously making the OK sign with your left hand. Got it? Then change the arrangement of the fingers so that your left hand shows peace and your right hand shows OK. You should repeat this exercise several times. Let's do it 5 times for a start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was it easy for you? Then perform the exercise with both hands at once. Here are your 10 seconds to try. Ready? Go! It wasn't that easy, right? Yes, this exercise is a tricky one. However, it is beneficial as it trains attention and develops the ability to switch from one task to another quickly. Exercise number 4. Bimanual synchronous writing. For this exercise, you'll need 2 sheets of paper and a pair of easy-to-use writing utensils. When everything is ready, start drawing different geometric shapes with both hands at once. You can also write letters or words, provided the number of characters is the same for either hand. Let's give it a try right now. 10 seconds are all yours. Synchronous writing teaches your brain to handle multiple tasks simultaneously, thus stimulating the activity of both hemispheres. Finally, here is some additional advice. A well-known neuroscientist, Lawrence Katz, has developed a system of exercises to keep your brain maintaining its functions into a ripe old age. Here are 4 tips from his books. 1. Try to perform mundane everyday rituals, such as brushing your teeth or combing your hair, using your non-dominant hand. 2. While taking a shower or performing other routine activities, do everything with your eyes closed. 3. Frequently change the routes you use for commuting to work, going to shops, or reaching other regular destinations. 4. While watching a movie, try turning off the sound and relying on the actor's gestures and movements to guess what they are talking about. We hope this video was helpful for you, and you're going to start performing these simple exercises on a regular basis. They can help you retain a sound mind and clear your memory well.